Hello everyone, welcome to my channel Learn Maths with Risha. Today I am starting with measures of central tendency. All the important sums that are chances of coming of them are high. These sums are important for class 10 ICSE, which is on 2nd of March. Now, first we are going to see mean. Okay, now I suppose all the students that are watching, they have the primary idea of what mean is, mean, median, mode, and their primitive formulas, which are very basic and easy. So I hope you all know that. So I am directly starting with the step deviation methods, and so now without wasting any time, let's start with the topic. Now for the step deviation method, supposing the marks and number of students, that is the frequency that is provided, that you can see marks that is 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60. From this we have to take out the mid values, that is the xi. So how do we take out mid values? Whatever the class interval or the marks that are provided, we are going to add them and divide them by 2. So accordingly we get it as 5, 15, 25, 35, 45 and 55. Now we take a mid value from it, that is the assumed mean, which you can see that is 25 is equal to A. Number of students are provided and we need to find their summation, that comes to a total of 100. Now D, that is the deviation. For this we have to take x minus A. So we take x, that is 25 minus A, that is 25 given. So 25 minus A, that is minus 20, then minus 10, 0, 10, 20, 30. Now T is given is equal to D by C. C is 10 because the difference or the class interval is 10. So we divide it. So on dividing we get minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2 and 3. Now we have to do F into T. Simple, whatever the values we found for T and F we know, we have to just multiply, that is minus 20, minus 9, 0, 30, 32, 30 and do the summation, that comes up to the total of 63. Now the formula for step deviation is A plus summation of F into T by Fi into C, that is the class interval or width. Sometimes the C is also denoted as H. Now we put the values, simplify and get it as 31.3. Now let us see the second method, that is the shortcut method. So number of patients is given and frequency is given. So from it we are going to take out the values or the mid values, that is x is x. So we add 10 plus 20, the class interval, and divide it by 2. That comes to the figure of 15. Then 25, 35, 45, 55, 65. Then we calculate the assumed mean, that is 45. Now we know D is equal to x minus of A. So we are just subtracting the values of x and A that is provided. We get minus 30, minus 20, minus 10, 0, 10, 20. Now F into D. We are just multiplying F into D. We get minus 150, minus 40, 70, 0, 20, 100. That comes to the summation of minus 40. Now the shortcut methods formula is A, that is assumed mean, plus summation of FD by summation of F. On putting the values and simplifying, we get 40.33. Now the third sum. This includes the step deviation method. So class interval, that is 11 to 20, 21 to 30, 31 to 40, 41 to 50, 51 to 60, 61 to 70 and 71 to 80, that is provided. Now we can see that here the class interval is in a discontinuous format. Okay. We can take it as a continuous format. We are going to learn that later. But for this case, we needn't worry. because we are just applying the formula and taking out the values. So we know the frequency, that is 2, 6, 10, 12, 9, 7, 4. X, we know the mid values, how to find it out. 11, 20 plus 11 divided by 2. Now we get 15.5, 25.5, 35.5, 45.5, 55.5, 65.5 and 75.5. On this we take the assumed mean as 45.5. We know D is equal to x minus of A. Now putting the values, minus 30, minus 20, minus 10, 0, 10, 20, 30. U, that is x minus A by h, that is the step deviation. H here is the difference. So what is the difference? That is 5. So now we are just going to do x minus of A. We know the values, that is minus 30 divided by 10. Now 10, we get minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2 and 3. Then f into d, that comes to the value minus 60, minus 120, minus 100, 0, 90, 140 and 120. We need the summation of frequency and f into d and put the values a plus summation of fd by f. So putting the values and simplifying, we get 46.9. Now for median, that is odd values, that is n plus 1 by 2th term. For even value, that is half into n by 2th term plus n by 2 plus 1th term. These are the formulas. For lower quartile Q1, odd value, if it comes, we have to do n plus 1 by 4th term, even n by 4th term. Upper quartile, that is odd, for odd 3 into n plus 1 by 4th term, even 3n by 4th term. Interquartile means Q3 minus Q1. Now let us see the sum. Variate, that is given 15, 18, 20, 22, 25, 27 and 30. Frequency, that is 4, 6, 8, 9, 7, 8, 6. Summation of it is 48. CF, or the cumulative frequency. Cumulative frequency, that is first of the frequency value, that is 4, we take 4. Now we are going to add this 4 with the 6 of the frequency, that comes to 10. On adding 10, we are going to add 8, that is 18. Then 18, we add 9, that comes 27. Like this it goes 34, 42 and 48. Now 48 is the cumulative frequency, the last term, and 48 is the frequency that comes to the summation. So here we can say the median value, or n, is even. So applying the median or even formula, we get half into nth by n by 2th term plus n by 2 plus 1th term. On simplifying, we get 24th term and plus 25th term. So the 24th term in the cumulative frequency comes after 18, that is 27. So see, 27 includes the 24th term along with the 25th term. So the variate is of that cumulative frequency is 22. So we put the values for 24th and 25th term as 22. On simplifying, we get it as 22. Now for the lower quartile, even formula, n by 4, that is 48 by 4, that is 12th term, that is 20. Now Q3, that is 3n by 4th term, that comes to 36th term, 27. Interquartile means 27 minus 20, that comes to as 7. For mode, histogram. The expense or the class interval is 0 to 5, 5 to 10, 10 to 15 till 35 to 40. Frequency is 10, 14, 28, 42, 50, 30, 14 and 12. Now we have to plot this in the original graph paper. As I am not doing it for now, I am just showing the rough how to do in this sheet as well. Now we are going to plot the x-axis, that is the class interval axis, and y, that is the frequency axis, and simply plotting it. Now you can see the 20 to 25 histogram has the largest value. So we are going to take A to C one line and D to B one line. The point where the x intersects we are going to draw a dotted line from it. That becomes our mode value, that is 21. And whatever you plot that in the graph is your original value. Now see, weight is given as 40 to 44, 45 to 49, 50 to 54, and so on to 65 to 69. Here you can see the values of the class interval are in discontinuous form. So we have to take it in the continuous format. To take this, you can add and divide it by 2, but mostly in ICSE case it is the 0.5 difference. That is 40 here is given for the lower quartile, that is 39.5, and for the upper class it will be for the lower class, that is 40. So we are going to consider it as 39.5, and upper class is 44, so we are going to take it as 44.5. Like that and so on, we get 64.5 to 69.5, and like this wise we make it from discontinuous to continuous data. Student, that is 2, 8, 12, 10, 6, 4. We plot it in the graph. Now for the x-axis we are doing the continuous data format. So see, the highest value here is 49.5 to 50.4. So again, A to C we are going to draw a line, and D to B we are going to draw one line. The point where it intersects, we draw the line. Now the value that we get, that is our mode, that comes to 51.5. In one more case, that is the mid values are given, we have to take out the class interval. How to do that? The mid values, as you can see, are given 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42 and 48. To take out the class interval, first we have to subtract 18 from the 12, that is the first two of the mid values. Then divide it by 2, we get it as 3. Now from 12 we are going to, on the right hand side for the upper class, we are going to add 12 plus 3, and for the lower class we have to minus 12 minus 3. So we get 9 to 15. Similarly 18 plus 3 for the upper class and lower class, that is 18 minus 3, we get 15. And so on and so forth, we get it for 45 and 51. So it is here for today. We are going to continue the ogive in the next class. Please do all the sums. These were the most important sums. I hope you practice well. Thank you so much for watching.